Are you ready for 5 easy WW meals? Hello, my name is Corinna. Welcome to my channel. With each of these meals, I'm gonna jump back on here and I'm gonna tell you what me and my family thought about them, whether they're keepers or just let them go. Tonight's dinner is chori pollo. For this recipe, you are going to need some skinless, boneless chicken breast, some chorizo sausage, casing removed, olive oil, chili powder, salt, paprika, cumin, garlic, onion powder, oregano, and some Tostitos queso blanco dip. Also some salsa if you choose. You do not need this. And the recipe also suggests this yellow rice. So I got this at Walmart and I'm excited to give it a try. I've never had it before. This is new for us. All right, let's get in the kitchen and let's start cooking this delicious meal. I am starting my rice first, so I know it will be ready for me when we're ready to eat. In a small bowl, we are going to mix the seasonings together. So we have a teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of dried oregano, half a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of ground cumin, a fourth teaspoon of salt, and a fourth teaspoon of garlic powder. I'm gonna mix this all up. Now you can do this using the same pan, but I am using 2 different pans, and I have the chorizo in this pan. I'm gonna let it heat up a little bit and then I'm going to break it up and crumble it. So I have my 4 chicken breasts here, and I'm gonna take that seasoning and I am going to season each side of each one of the chicken breasts, but I'm also going to rub the seasoning in so that it sticks before I put it in a fry pan. I am adding a tablespoon of olive oil to the frying pan for the chicken. I'll let that heat up a little bit. Can you hear that chorizo sizzling? I ended up using my meat masher to kind of just break it up really good. Oh my, look at this rice. Turned out perfectly. I went by the package directions. I have the queso blanco dip in the microwave. I'm gonna heat that up really quickly. So I have 2 tablespoons of chorizo, and now I'm going to drizzle 2 tablespoons of the cheese over the top of it, and I have a half a cup of rice on the side. This dish was so flavorful. Everybody absolutely loved it. I will be making this again. It had a little bit of a kick to it, but not too spicy. Topping that chicken breast with the chorizo and then pouring a little bit of cheese over the top of everything. Oh man, that was so good. Tonight for dinner, we are having burrito bowls. Now, I kind of made this concoction up just by seeing other recipes online. So I have some lean ground beef, which is 93%. I have some taco seasoning, black beans. We are really loving this. It's by Zatarain's. It's a cilantro lime rice. It is so good. Mild cheddar cheese, tomato, and I also have some salsa, guacamole, and sour cream. I forgot that I'm not going to use just regular salsa. I found this Chipotle salsa by Fredericks at Meijer's, and I'm going to be using this in my burrito bowls tonight because this gives it a little bit of a smoky flavor. I am starting my rice first because it takes about 20-25 minutes for this to cook. I scrambled up the hamburger and now I'm adding the taco seasoning. I drained and rinsed my black beans, and I am just going to pop these in the microwave for a couple of minutes. The burrito bowls, of course I've made these before, so I knew everybody was going to like them, but I forgot the corn. I mean, seriously. You want some comfort food? This Salisbury steak is comfort food at its best. These are the ingredients that you will need for the Salisbury steak. I have 93% lean ground beef. You need 1 egg, some plain breadcrumbs, a little bit of ketchup, salt and pepper, Worcestershire, garlic, onion powder, ground mustard, and a little bit of olive oil. For the mushrooms, you need an 8-ounce container of sliced mushrooms, olive oil, and some minced garlic. And for the gravy, you need Worcestershire, beef broth, some better than bouillon for beef. This I have never even heard of or used before, so I'm excited to try this. It's a Gravy Master. I could only find this at Meijer. Walmart wasn't carrying it. And then some butter. I can't believe it's not butter. and a little bit of flour. All right, I have my egg in my bowl. I also went ahead and put a tablespoon of the olive oil in my pan. I don't have that heating up yet. And then in this pan, I went ahead and put on some potatoes because we're gonna have this with the mashed potatoes. Besides the egg to this bowl, I have added the ground beef. Now I'm adding in 1/3 cup of the plain bread crumbs. I am adding 1 tablespoon of ketchup, 1 teaspoon of ground mustard, and a teaspoon of Worcestershire. Whoop, maybe a little more, but you know, it's all good. Half a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and then a 1/2 teaspoon each of garlic powder and onion powder. And if you have the no sugar ketchup, that would be good in here too. The recipe just said ketchup, so I'm just using regular ketchup. I am going to get this mixed up and get my pan heating. I have the 4 patties sizzling away in that olive oil. Now I'm going to take each of these patties and I'm going to put them on a plate, setting them aside to start my mushrooms. I added 2 more teaspoons of olive oil to this pan, and now I added the mushrooms. Now that my mushrooms are all nice and soft, they are ready for that minced garlic. So I'm going to put, it says a couple cloves, so I'll do a couple of teaspoons. And then I'm going to add our hamburger patties back to this pan. Now, if you're making this recipe, it says just to use the 1 pan, so you can do that, but I'm actually going to use 2 pans. I want to do the gravy separately from the mushrooms and garlic. Okay, now it's time to make the gravy. I have 3 tablespoons of butter in my pan. I'm going to let this melt because we are going to make a roux, and that is going to be the base of the gravy. To the butter, I am adding 3 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to take my whisk, I'm going to get that whisked into the butter. I'm going to get my 2.5 cups of beef broth, and I'm going to slowly pour that into this roux. I'm going to continue to do this until it is combined, and I am just trying to work all these little lumps out and make it a smooth gravy. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce and a 1/2 teaspoon each of the Better Than bouillon and the Gravy Master. I'm going to let this come to a simmer, and I am going to let it thicken. Okay, so I added the gravy right into the burgers and mushrooms and garlic. Man, oh man, does this smell good. I'm letting that thicken up and have that gravy cook into those burgers. But Justin doesn't like mushrooms, so it was just easier for me to add his to his own pan. This one was another great big hit with my family. I mean, really, you can't go wrong. The gravy was so good. I've never made gravy from scratch like that before. It came together so easily, and seriously, I'm going to be making this one again. This one is a Mexican meal. Beef and bean chimichanga. Ole! These are the ingredients that you're going to need. I have lean ground beef. This is 93%. I have low carb tortillas, some taco seasoning, queso blanco dip, mild cheddar cheese, which the recipe says to use, I think it's 2%, so I'll adjust mine accordingly. Refried beans, they also said fat-free refried beans, but I have regular, but that's okay. And then salsa, and the recipe says to use it kind of liquidy, not real thick. And then a 1/4 cup of water. I scrambled up the burger. To that, I am going to add my taco seasoning, 1/4 cup of water, and the salsa. I'm putting my oven on 375, or you can bake these up in the air fryer. I measured out 3 tablespoons of the refried beans. I'm gonna spread these in the middle of a tortilla. I have a heaping 1/4 cup of the meat sauce, and I'm gonna put that on top of these beans. And then sprinkle 1 tablespoon of shredded cheese over the top. I wrapped up that chimichanga, and I'm gonna continue doing the same steps to each one. Okay, I have them all made, and I also lightly sprayed all of them on the top. I'm gonna put them in the oven on that 375 for 20 minutes. I'm warming up my queso. I am using the microwave for about 20-second intervals, stirring until it looks good. All right, now that they are out of the oven, I am going to take a tablespoon, and I get 2 tablespoons of this queso cheese all over the top of mine. I might just do 1 and then put it on my plate. Okay, that's better. All right, I'm gonna get my 2nd tablespoon of that queso cheese. Oh my goodness, doesn't this look amazing? Just after we finished eating this, Jason put his plate down and he looked at me and he said, this we need to make again in 2 more weeks. Now, when I get that kind of a review from eating something new, I know that's a keeper. I'm telling you, this one is phenomenal. Wrapping up the week with some pizza. Tonight, we're having a little pizza buffet. It is Friday, and lately on Fridays, we have been doing pizza, frozen pizzas. So Jason loves the lots of matzah. And then the boys, let me see, Timothy likes this one with goat cheese and mushrooms. And then Justin picked out this one. They're not doing eat pizza, you know, they're gonna like eat it all, you know, together, but these are their favorites. And then for me, I have this lean cuisine pizza. It's a supreme pizza, and that helps me stay on point. While I'm waiting for my oven to heat up, I figured I would show you these. These look amazing. So the deep dish one comes in its own dish, which is awesome. Can you tell I don't ever hardly make deep dish pizza? And then the mushroom one with the goat cheese, that looks really super good. This is the lots of matzah. And then this one is my lean cuisine. This looks amazing. It's got green and red pepper. It's got little pieces of mushroom, I believe, is in there. Some sausage, pepperoni. It looks really good, and some cheese. So for my pizza, what I like to do is I pop it right in the oven with the other pizzas. It makes the crust extra like crispy, and it just tastes better than if I were to pop it in the microwave. Okay, so the pizza's all cooked, and oh my goodness, does this house smell super good. This is amazing. Yeah, right? Oh my goodness, look at this one. That's that goat cheese one. That looks really good. This is the lots of matzah, and man, they're not kidding around when they say a lot of cheese, huh? And this one is mine. It looks so delicious. On the side, I am going to have some salad. And for my dressing, I like this. It's a by Kraft House Italian, and it is a light dressing. 1 tablespoon is 0, and then you go up from there. It helps me to stay in point going with the lean cuisine pizzas. Although my guys' pizzas looked absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness, talk about drool city. But I want to stay on point, and I totally do that when I am using lean cuisine pizza. All of the recipes and the nutrition are down below, so it'll be easy for you to figure out with your points, no matter what kind of an eating plan you're following. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.